Hello everyone, let's begin. Nice to see you here. It's today the last lecture and we're gonna talk about the training structure and the basics of periodization. So, as I said before, these principles and physiological basics we learned to help you make some plan for preparation. Well, when you start to think that you need to do some training, I think the most important thing is to have some goals that you need to outcome, and to set the goals for yourself before the training, to decide what the training will be. You need to answer for these 3 questions. First question: what ability you want to improve? Most of all people set some goals that can decide what you need to do. I think you need to answer with this for this question, like what do you want to improve? You want to improve speed, endurance, or strength, or stretch. We will gonna talk about first 3 abilities. Because if you want to improve your stretchiness, your stretching, it's not too hard to plan the training. You need just to stretch. Also, for example, you want to improve your, for example, running speed, or swimming speed, or skiing or biking speed. Also about endurance. Is anyone knows what is endurance? Okay, good. Okay. Okay. And strange. The next question is which energy system will you use in the training? To answer this question, you need to answer before for more complex question. Why do you need to improve these abilities? For example, you can run, and these 3 abilities you can improve by running. But for example, as you know, in the first type you need to improve, for example, for 100 meters you need to improve ATP, PCR, adenosine triphosphate phosphocreatine system, as you know. For endurance, what is the endurance should be? For example, you want to improve your 400 meters running. It's about 1 or 2 minutes. That means we will use glycolytic system. Moreover, if you want to improve your 10 kilometers running, you need to improve your oxygen system. Why do you need to answer this question? Why do you need to know which energy system will be used? You need to improve. Because of it, you will decide which type of training more convenient to solve this task. Also, about strength. Strength also can be used in running, and also it can be resistance training. For example, you want to bench 100 kilograms, which for one maximum repetition. Which energy system will you use? One repetition, that means it's 2 seconds. ATP PCR, that's right. If you want to do 100 kilograms for 10 repetitions, that means it will be about 20-30 seconds. Glycolytic, that's right. As we can see, in the same ability, we can use the different training types because of your about your tasks. Okay, after answering this question, we need to answer what type of the training can help us to solve this problem. For example, you want to improve your 100-meter speed in this ATP PCR system. As we know, phosphocreatine system we can use for 6 and 10 seconds for elite sportsmen. That means we decided that we need to use this system. As we know now, we can run some speed parts. For example, it can be 15, 30 meters. How often you can do it? It depends on your background. It can depends on your mood, on your feelings, but also you need to know what is the training type will be. So you can, for example, do these things. For example, 5 times per training, or to 20 times. During the training, how often you need to do this running? Any ideas? How long should be the rest between this running? if you want to improve your phosphocreatine system. So, adaptations into the training of phosphocreatine system can be during at least 2 minutes. That means it will be the main task of the training, and you need to run, for example, 30 meters after 2 minutes. It will be the interval. Okay. Is it clear about training, about sprint training? Okay, let's continue about endurance training. You want to improve 400 meters running. As we said before, it's about 1 or 2 minutes. You need to use your glycolytic non-oxygen system. That means in development training, you need to work 1 or 2 minutes. But as we know also, when we use glycolytic anaerobic system, wasting substrates, it's lactic acid. Lactic acid, as we know, change our pH of our blood to acid way. Also, acid way can harm our cells. In the more important, it can harm our mitochondria. That means if our pH will be deeply in acid way, it harm for us. That means we need to make some stress to not kill our cells and to make request for us, for our body to improve our ability. In this case, if you are beginner, if you are not elite athlete, you can use a training load, for example, for 30 seconds to the 1 minute. In case you're running about 1 minute, what is the speed if you're running about minute? How many kilometers an hour? About 20 kilometers or 25. Okay. Anyway, in this minute, you can run 30 seconds or minute, you can run some parts of 100 or 200 meters. how many times you can do this into the training? Any ideas? Very? 10? It also depends of your background, of your mood, of your feelings. You can use it from 4 to I think 12. 12 it will be enough to you. And rest. How long will your glycolytic system recover into the training to do another repetition? 5 minutes, good. Yes, you need to do at least 5 minutes rest. But this rest should be active, because as I said, you need to use your lactate in your blood. You need to utilize them with low intensity oxidative system. Okay, good. 4. You can use this type of trainings, for example, also to improve oxygen system. The question for you, what type of training it is? Anyone? This is interval training. When you decide to run 10 kilometers or marathon or more, 100 kilometers, you need to improve your oxygen system. Your pace should be less than in these exercises. In case you need to improve your oxygen system, you can use another type of training, like continuous training. You can just run 5 or 10 kilometers or 15, but in the beginning of the training, I recommend you to measure your trainings by the time, instead of the distance. Because, for example, you wanted to run in continuous training, for example, you want to run 5 kilometers. And you decided that you will run for example, 30 minutes. But after 3.5 kilometers, your feelings said you that you need to stop because your 3.5 kilometers is now it's 30 minutes, and you want to stop, but you decided that you need to run 5 kilometers, and you're trying to overcome yourself. You will do this 5 kilometers, but running it's very dangerous type of training because of your joints. If your muscles are tired, your weight, how to say in Russian, перераспределяется. distribute your weight distribute to another muscles that untrained this specific training. In the beginning, you can run for 1 minute, for 30 seconds to improve this oxygen system. If you can't run at all, you can run just for 15 seconds. You can make 5 steps, 10 steps in the first training. Then you can walk, for example, for 1 minute. And you can do this type of training more than 50 times. But you can start, for example, for 5 times. Okay. What the type of training it is? What the type of training? Yes, good. Interval training, but this type of interval training called fartlek. Fartlek, it's very good type of training. Instead of interval training and continuous training, it's more interesting. So, how you can improve yourself in this type of training? For example, it will be very easy after the month of the training, isn't it? You can move on the free weights in this type of training. First of all, you can raise the time of the running. Second, you can decrease the time of the active rest. It can be, for example, 0, 0. And also you can raise your repetitions. And for example, after a month, it can be just running for your desired 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers. And after that, what the training types it will be? What the training type it is? Low intensity, 5,000 meters. This type of training called continuous training. Okay, another, is it clear? Another example, you're going to the gym, you want to go for every day, and you want to improve your bench press. Is anyone know what is a bench press? Это жим лежа. Жим лежа, к примеру. You want to improve it for 100 kilograms for 1 repetition maximum. So what you decided that it's your task. What you need to do in the training? What it can be? As we talked about motor units, this is our cells in myofibrils. Myofibrils, this is the tissue, muscle tissue. How you can improve your strength? First of all, you need to make the metabolic answer of your body. You need to open your hormones, such as testosterone. You need to produce it by your glands. So that we decided that we need to make some stress, some specific stress of our muscle. How we can do this stress? We need to use as much as possible motor units around 100%, but it's unreal for lean people, about 90%. So if we want to improve one repetition maximum, also we need to do, for example, one repetition. How many times during the training? How many times? Who's more? 20. During the training, it can be just once. You can spend all of the training just for one repetition. Also, if you're not beginner, you can do these repetitions almost about 5-6 times, I think. This is the maximum. This is my empirical opinion. And how long your rest should be? Until you recover. But how long? If you're a little bit tired, it's very difficult to feel that you recovered. And you need to plan your training. How long will you recover? One repetition maximum. Phosphocreatine system, because about 2-3 seconds. How long? Okay. Logically, you can answer me 2 minutes, because phosphocreatine system recovering during 2 minutes. But also in empirical experience, it's unreal. You need to do more. You need to have bigger rest. It should be about 5-10 minutes. Okay. Another example, when you want to do this 100 kilograms for 10 repetitions, which energy system will you use? Also, we will use glycolytic system because 10 repetitions, it's about 30 seconds. But when you will do some 100 kilograms 10 repetitions, that means your one maximum repetitions will be about 120, maybe about 110. That means you need to do this workout to improve the maximum. And also you need to improve your 10 repetition maximum. Empirical experience said us that it will be about 70% of one repetition maximum. So that means you need to do this weight more than 30 seconds. It should be 10, 20 repetitions. How many times you can do this training during the one training, during this task? I mean 20 repetitions of 70% from one maximum repetition. How many times you can do this task? It's very difficult to decide if you're a beginner, but empirically also you can use this training from 3 to 8 times. And how long should be your rest? Two, 3 minutes. Any opinions? After 5. So Arsen not a beginner. Arsen going to the gym every day, isn't it? So the rest in this training will depend on a type of the training. If it's development training, well, you need to do maximum stress for your body. It can be about 2 or 5 minutes. If it's some toning training, тонизирующее, то есть, it can be from 5 to 10 minutes rest. General drawings, but we're gonna go forward. When you decided what you will do in the training, you need to know the training structure. I mean, you can go to the gym and do one maximum repetition without a warm up. And you can see in this screen 3 most often training types. when we plan what the training we will do, when we decided that we will do, this is the main set. Main set, when you're planning the training structure, you need to count how many times you will spend for this main set. For example, 30 meters, it's about 10 seconds maximum. For 2 times interval rests, for example, for 10 repetitions. How long will you do this training? That's right, about 30 minutes. Main set, that mean. Also, you need to prepare your body to do this work, to do this running as fast as possible that you can. You need to prepare, and you need to make some warm up. Warm up can be from 5 to the 1 hour, from 5 minutes to the 1 hour. It depends of future intensity of the training. It depends on your experience. What you will do in this warm-up? What you will do? How will you prepare your body to do this workout? After the gaining a lot of experience of training, I think you will feel what's the type of warm-up more convenient to you to prepare your body to the main workout. It should be general physical exercises, some rotations of your joints, some stretchings, and also it can be running in a low pace for, I think, 120, 150 beats per minute. And also, is it clear about warm-up? Do you need some additional information? Why you need to do warm-up? And how long it should be? So the warm-up part of the training is the same for this type of training, instead of a strength training, I think, because you need to do more specific warm-up. It can be also low intensity resistance training. You can do 1 or 3 sets of circuit training, for example. And also the warm-up will be different if you want to stretch, if you want to do stretching training. Okay, let's continue. Then you need to do cooling down. For example, after this work, after running, for example, this work. 200 meters. Very bad idea to go to the bathroom. You need to cool your body, to decrease your heart rate, to utilize substrates of the training. You need to do also low intensity. This is a good idea to do low intensity oxidative training. It should be walking, running, cycling, for example. That means you need to decrease heart rate and utilize substrates. Two tasks of it. Cooling down, it's very, very, very important part of the training. Very important. It can be very long. It depends of your experience also. In my opinion, if the athlete more higher of his result, his cooling down will be longer than from the beginners. After the, for example, it can be 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of cooling down. And also after the strength training and the speed endurance training, you can do some stretching for 5 minutes for the main muscle groups. It helps you, this cooling down helps you to recover on the passive training when you will lay down on the bed. Is it clear about cooling down? When you will become more experienced athlete, that simple training structure will be not enough to you. Your trainings will be more complex. That means you will want to work of different energy systems of your body into the one training. That means, for example, you can do some glycolytic strength training, and also you can do oxygen training in the end of the lesson. And also after the main set or before, you can do some in a speed training, you can do some as I named the preset. This is the load that you, the main target to load another energy system of muscle types before the main set. This is the more complex training structure, but the most popular during the professional athletes. And also the third training structure, but as you can see, they are the same. Second and third, they are the same because in the second variant you do this set before main set, and in second variant you do this rest, you do this training after the main set. For example, you can do 15 kilometers running. It will be main set, oxygen training, and also in the end of the training you can do, for example, 5 sprints. To tonic your speed ability. I think that's all about this part, about this training structure. This is just basics. As you can see, in these examples, you can combine more than 200 different trainings just from these types of training. Any additional questions? Okay. We have 3 most popular types of training. First type of training, it's development training. This means the stress of this training it's very high, and because of this training you can open the hormonal answer of your body. Also, it will damage your muscle structure. And after development trainings, you need to have a bigger rest. Well, the next it's a toning training workout. You can use this type of training. That means it's not such tough training like development training. The toning workout you can use when you want to support your body. You can use toning workout after development training. It can be also like active rest, but you're using these adaptations into the, not into the training, for longer period of time. And the third training type, it's a test. It can be for athletes, it can be like competitional workout. For example, for runners, it can be 100 meters in competition conditions. For those who train strength, it can be 1 repetition maximum. So this type of training, the test, requests more resources than the development training. And also the target of this training, it's I'm sorry, how will be привыкнуть? Get used to? The main task is to prepare your body to competitions. So, how you can do your training plan with all of this information about the training types and energy system that you will use. How prepare? First of all, you need to make the goal for yourself. Without it, it will be, how to say in Russian, when белки вот в этом колесе крутятся. Wasting of time, thank you. Without goals, you will waste a time. So you need to set goals for yourself. What goal it can be? It can be indirect tasks like losing weight or gaining weight. For example, you want to lose weight. It's not a target. You need to make your target on a smart system. Is anyone knows smart system? Ну, то есть вам нужно отсмартовать цель. Не помните? Вы еще не проходили? Окей. So, your target should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. For example, you want to lose weight. Okay, this is specific, measurable. Lose weight, how much? Yes. I want to lose, for example, 10 kilograms. Relevant, achievable. For example, if your BMI in normal stage, it's not achievable or difficult achievable, but is your BMI more than 25, it's really. So you need to understand that it's achievable target. So it's relevant, you can affect in this and in this target. And the last, time bound. So I want to lose 10 kilograms for the next 6 months, for example. This is the smart technique. Удивлен, что вы еще не прошли. Ну, пройдете, наверное. Интересно, да, что вот вы это на физиологии узнали? Да, но тем не менее мы можем это применить. То есть это вообще во всех сферах можно применять. Another example. You want to run marathon. You are a beginner and you decided that you need to run marathon. Is it smart target? You want to run marathon. Is it smart target? Is it specific? It's specific. You need to run marathon. It's measurable. You need to run how much? 42 kilometers. Achievable. You are a beginner. Is it achievable? I think yes, but it's not time bound. I think first of all, you need to decide when I want to run 42 kilometers. You decided, for example, today is in August, you decided to run marathon in September. Is it achievable? It's achievable, but 100% that you will injure it after that. Your the main target, I think, from all of you is to be healthy. How to be healthy in running a marathon? You need to prepare more longer. Is it a good idea to run a marathon, for example, in the next spring, after 1 year preparing? Is it good? How do you think? Why? Why it's bad? So, okay, it's achievable, but will you healthy after that? How to measure the time bound of this big target? Let's see on the slides. We will answer for this question later. So, to solve this target, this big target, you need to know that we have training cycles. This is called microcycle, mesocycle, and microcycle. Microcycle continues to 7 or 10 days, but more convenient to use 7 days microcycle. What the target of the one microcycle? Any ideas? This is the 7 dots. The main idea of the microcycle is to predict when you will do a workout, when you will have a rest, when you will recover. I have a question. Is it good for you to use running marathon as an example, or we can use another example if you want, or it doesn't matter? Okay. When you try to make a microcycle for you, you need to decide how long you will have a rest after each training and how many trainings you will have. as we spoke later, we have 3 types of training. We need to go from the development trainings in the beginning, and when you are not elite sportsman, for example, like me, I'm not elite sportsman now, I'm just amateur. I'm using 1 development training per week. For example, it will be on Monday. I will give for my body the time to recovering for 1 week. I will do this difficult running trainings, for example, in Monday. Is it enough to running marathon? No. Good. Thank you for answering and speaking with me. So, I'm deciding that I need to use some toning training. For example, here in Wednesday, and for example, in Saturday. So I will run 3 times per week, and 1 of the training will be tough, and 2 of trainings will be easy. Okay, after that I decided that it will be not enough to me to do just running. I'm feeling that I need to improve my strange core. So I decide that I will improve my sit-ups to run better. When I can use this strange training? Any ideas? When I will be recovering enough to do this strange training? Can it be, for example, in Tuesday? Why not? I will not recover after development training, but it can be on Thursday or Friday. So I decided that it will be Is it enough to prepare the marathon? Will I be healthy of this training? I think yes. It looks good. But also in every day you can add, for example, you can add stretching training, you can add swimming training, and use it as toning training if you enjoy it. But I think if you decide to prepare to marathon, you're enjoying of it. So this is the microcycle. For example, I can swim in here. Also, I can have stretching here. This is the microcycle, 7 days. So then, now I decided that I will run my marathon after the year. So in the year we have about 50 of 49 weeks, isn't it? 42 weeks. Really? I thought that 52. Okay. So from the microcycles we can do mesocycle. So why we can't just train week after the week in this plan? Is it good? We can just change these parameters and make some more and more and more. Why or we can't? Why we can't? So we can't. Okay, it's just a short answer. Empirically and theoretically, we know that our performance goes like that. So, in this case, this is the weeks. In this case, we can, it's general information now I'm speaking. It can be another more specific for you. You need to research this information for you. And also the coach can research for you. For example, we improving trainings for 3 weeks, then we decreasing the effort of training for 1 week. And our main task of the mesocycles to do so. I think we didn't speak about principle of supercompensation. That means after the workout, for example, your energy was here. After the workout, it can be here. You need to do the performance like that in microcycles, and in mesocycles it can look like that, the same. But in general, our body can't improve continuously как сказать, бесконечно, infinity. So, and the mesocycle contains from 3 to 6 microcycles, should solve some specific tasks of your period, of your preparation. For example, we decided that in the next spring we will run marathon on the May. That means that the main effort will be in May. It will be competitive period of you. May, and before it, for at least 3 microcycles. It can be the edge of the April and the beginning of May. Okay. Before the competitive period, it should be special training period. For example, when you improving a marathon speed running when you do this speed. Before it, it will be preparation period. You can do in this preparation period strength training, stretching, some. Also you can do, for example, skiing. The preparation period need to you to prepare your cardiovascular system, your heart, to do the training on special training period. Special training period, it's the more tough training period before competitive period. And you need to prepare your body for this work. So, mesocycle mesocycle also it's a period. Each period can contain several mesocycles. For example, preparation period can begin now. It can be, for example, 6 weeks. During this 6 weeks, you can do low intensity oxygen work. You can just running for 10, 15, 20 kilometers to take a big volume. It's, for example, will be preparation period. Then you will go to the special training period. This will be more interesting to you. In this period, empirically and theoretically, many scientists said that we need to improve our strength, for example, for 3 weeks. Then 1 week decreasing a load. Then we will work to the oxygen system for also 3 weeks. During this mesocycle, we can improve our speed of the oxygen speed, I mean, because as we know, marathon running uses oxygen energy system. After that, we can use work in the maximum oxygen consumption pace and improve the speed. And then in the last mesocycle, we can improve, for example, glycolytic system. Glycolytic system to improve your ability to finish in the end of the marathon. Looks good or not? I think yes. Thank you. Then competitional period. After this big workout, you need to have 2 weeks or more than 3 weeks decreased load. Easy trainings, for example, for 3 weeks, and then your marathon. So little drawings about preparation. Many people start to plan their training plan. I'm sorry. From the main competition. Also, professional athletes, it depends of the type of sport, using single cycle annual planning. It's like that. When we decide that we will run just once a year the marathon, single cycle annual plan. You can use this annual plan year after year, just changing the parameters of your trainings every year. It can be 2-cycle annual plan. For example, I was a swimmer and we had a 2-cycle annual plan. We have 2 main competitions. It's short course national competition in autumn and long course national competition in spring. And we make this periods. I'm sorry, I didn't said about transition period. Transition period begins just after the competition period and before preparation. In this period, you need to switch your attention to another type of sports to relax from the running, for example, or from strength training. It's workouts very easy. The different, you can run, you can dance, something else. Okay, and let's continue about 2-cycle annual planning. The same 2 main competitions, and we start to plan our annual training plan from them. It also can be 3-cycle annual planning. And the modern types of planning without direct separating these periods, it is used for elite athletes. For example, hockeyists and footballists, triathlonists, their seasons, playing seasons continues for a month. They need to have ability to play good for a long period of time, and they just used little microcycles to relax between the games. And also from triathletes, they have a long competitive period from the May to the October, and in the winter they compete on the winter triathlons or skiing. And most of elite athletes used 4-year plan. Any ideas why 4-year cycle? Olympics, good. Yes, they preparing to Olympics, and their preparational plan contains 4-year. I mean, not from the athlete's plan. This plan makes a coach. Okay, I think in this moment you can see that preparation to any events, it's very complex and difficult thing, because first of all, the main target of the physical preparation is to be healthy, because as I said, you need to reduce your stress. This is the very good way to reduce your stress for physical training. Instead of some pills, instead of the drugs, the alcohol, you can feel better and be more healthy due to the training. But it should be interesting to you. It's also very complex target to make it interesting to you. So I swam for 15 years. I trained very hard. 2 times per day. I had 12 trainings per week. And after the end of the career, it was very difficult to me to continue the fitness trainings. And for my opinion, to make goals for yourself, it's a good way to be in shape, to be healthy, instead of the do nothing. Okay, that's all. Thank you for listening. Any questions? Okay, that's all. Thank you. Goodbye.